All right. I'm not used to that. It's gonna do it. Do I need it louder? Huh? Oh, I don't have that. Welcome. Okay. There we go. Found it. All right. Welcome. Thank y'all all for being here today. My name is Kara Lassiter, and I am the President and CEO of the Milledgeville County Chamber of Commerce. And we are so excited to have everybody here today to honor some of the wonderful, outstanding students that we have in our county with our star recognition. With the star recognition, this program would not be possible without all of our wonderful sponsors and our civic organizations that are donated today. So I want to say a huge thank you to the Kiwanis Club in Milledgeville, the Milledgeville Exchange Club, and the Rotary Club in Milledgeville as well, because without y'all's support, we would not be able to do this program, and also to be able to give scholarships to each of these students as well as their teachers will get a gift. So I'm just very excited to be here. This is always one of my favorite programs of the year, because anytime that we can recognize our youth, it's just a great time here. So at this time, I would like to invite the Vice President of the Kiwanis Club, Joel Burns, to come forward and lead us in prayer, as well as Misty Swackard from the Exchange Club President to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Obviously, I shouldn't have sat so far away. I want to ask that we all bow our heads in prayer. We thank you, God, for these gifted young people. We are so proud of them. We wish them continued success and pray that their gifts will enrich our community, state, and nation. We hope also that they will combine their academic endeavors with service to others in the tradition of Kiwanis, Rotary, and Exchange Clubs. And we thank God for the food which has nourished our bodies, and we ask for your continued blessing of this community. In your name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation indivisible, with liberty.
Thank y'all both. The Milledgeville Baldwin County Chamber is privileged to continue the tradition of developing and recognizing our future business and community leaders and honoring the professional educators who have nurtured these scholars. That is why we are proud to serve for 37 years as a presenting organization for the local Star Student Teacher Awards program. Excellence in education is the cornerstone of economic vitality in any community. There is no greater time than the present and no tougher competition than today's in the global race for talent. In every industry and trade, both domestic and globally, employers are asking the same question. How can we attract, train, and retain the most impeccable, skilled workforce? The jobs of tomorrow require not only intellect and strong work ethics, but also initiative, tenacity, and adaptability. These traits are clearly characteristic of the 4 outstanding students we are here to recognize today. Baldwin High School student Elaine Abella and Yan Yang, which they had the exact same score. GMC Prep School, Tucker Ivy, and John Milledge Academy, Emma Sulte. I would now like to ask Jennifer Greer, the Chamber's Membership Events Manager, to come forward and share a little bit about the STAR program, as well as introduce today's speaker.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
The STAR, a Student Teacher Achievement Recognition Program, known as the STAR program, honors Georgia's outstanding high school seniors and the teachers who have been most instrumental in their academic development. The Page Foundation, which stands for the Professional Association of Georgia Educators, was selected in 1994 by the Georgia Chamber of Commerce to coordinate the state STAR program in association with the Chamber and the Georgia Department of Education. Every accredited high school in Georgia is eligible to participate in the STAR program. To obtain the STAR nomination, high school seniors must have the highest score on a single test date on the SAT, as well as be in the top 10% or the top 10 students of their class based on grade point average. Each high school STAR student is asked to name their respective STAR teacher. High school STAR students compete for system titles, and then on to system STAR students in turn compete for the region honors in the 12 STAR regions. Region winners and their STAR teachers are then invited to Atlanta to compete for the state STAR scholarships and awards. Locally, STAR students and STAR teachers are honored by their schools and receive special recognition in their communities from more than 170 civic organizations and businesses that serve as local sponsors of the STAR program. The main purpose of the STAR program is to unite educators with the business and civic community to honor academic excellence. The Milledgeville-Baldwin County Chamber of Commerce is proud to serve as a sponsoring organization along with our local exchange, Kiwanis, and Rotary clubs to recognize the STAR students from Baldwin High, Georgia Military College Preparatory School, and John Milledge Academy, one of which will be named the overall system winner for Baldwin County and then has the opportunity to advance to the region and state level. At this time, I would like to introduce our guest speaker for this afternoon, Mr. Wendell Stanton. Unique, different, appealing. These are the three enthusiastic words Georgia College and State University Director of Athletics Wendell uses to describe the GCSU culture. This culture centers around the holistic student success and fostering positive, authentic relationships throughout the campus community. This holistic approach has led to the moniker of graduating champions for life with a 94% academic success rate. GCSU has the #1 ranking amongst all NCAA Division II public institutions and has held the #1 ranking for 2 straight years. Active nationally within the NCAA structure, he was most recently honored to serve on the NCAA Division II Implementation Committee. This committee is charged with creating and implementing the new NCAA. Now, in his 14th year, Stanton is well known for his positivity, and contagious enthusiasm, and places great emphasis on family. He is fanatical about making sure the GCSU coaching staff spends time with their family first and foremost, ensuring an opportunity for a positive work-life balance. Wendell and his lovely wife, Yvette, have been married for 33 years and are blessed with 2 children and 1 grandchild. The Stanton family has benefited greatly from the university system of Georgia, as every family has earned a degree from a USG institution. GCSU leads the way with 4. Please welcome Mr. Wendell Stanton to the podium.
Hey, thank you so much. That sounds like a pretty awesome dude, didn't it? I appreciate it. Hey, and I thank you because you added in a lovely wife, and I greatly appreciate that. And I do have a lovely wife. We're so blessed. Every member of my family has had a USG education in some way or fashion. It's phenomenal. So we're very, very fortunate for that. So I'll break this down to you today. Thank you for the opportunity to talk. This is about these folks here. That's what we're making about. The late Jim Albano from his famous ESPN Don't Ever Give Up speech talked about 3 things you should do. And that's the best thing I took out of that speech. Every day to have a full day. He said, 1, you should laugh. 2, you should think, spend time thinking. And then 3, you should have your emotions move to tears. And so today, when I talk, and I try to do this every time, I want you to laugh a little bit, I want you to think a little bit, and I want you to be emotional about it. Because this group right here gets me emotional, okay? Where are my teachers? It's just so I can make sure I'm pointing the right thing. But my teachers, that's what we're going to first, okay? And all right. I just want to make sure. Did I miss anybody? All right, where is it? Okay, thank you. Okay, all right. So I will start with our teachers. And I grew up in a family of teachers. My mom's a teacher, my sister's a teacher, my wife's a teacher. And for those of you who have education family, you'll nod your head a lot when I'm getting ready to tell you about it. Because what I'm getting ready to tell you is what their daily schedule is like. Okay. And you, you're gonna nod your head too. And, what you do is incredible. Okay, let me just start by saying that. And we don't thank you enough. And today I want to thank you on behalf of everybody. So here's what your day is like for those who don't know. You get up at about 5 or 5:30, and then you get to you leave your house between 6 and 6:30. Okay, and then the second you close that car door to the school parking lot, every minute of your day is designated to helping someone else. Every minute of your day is already scheduled before you get there, and you know it. Okay, because every minute last night when you were planning is for that day. Now you think about that. How selfless is that? There's very few people who work in the industry where you're giving your love and your talents to someone else every minute of your day. All right, and that's what's planned. It's all the unplanned stuff that makes your world incredible. Okay, so you get in there, you park your car, you take your bag, you go to your desk. All right, and then you're trying to get your classroom straight, and then 3 people come in. Hey, I need this report, or I need this. Can you help me with this? Somebody needs a letter over here, whatever. Right. All right. So then all of a sudden you go, hey, I'll get up. Oh, I got duty. All right. So they got bus duty, right? Or I got hall duty, or lunch duty, whatever. Right. And so then I do that. Then I come back, and I'm ready. And all of a sudden here comes the students, right? And I got to teach them. I got to love them. I got to share with them. So you do that for 3 or 4 hours. And what you're dealing with is you're giving these students, and I always say, if you can teach, you can do anything, all right? Because you're a crisis manager. Because every one of those folks, that's right. Every one of those folks has got a crisis that day. That might be a good crisis, bad crisis, but you got to deal with it. All right. Am I telling you the truth here? Okay. All right. Am I telling the truth? All right. And so because somebody got a paper to you, somebody needs something for college, somebody broke up with a boyfriend or girlfriend, they trust you. And they're going to talk to you about these things. Okay. Think about the influence that you have over his life. All right. So then you do that, and then you go eat lunch, and then you don't go downtown, you don't order out, you don't get it. You get about 20 minutes. All right. And then while you're at that lunchroom, 5 more people get a phone. Okay, they need something. All right. And in the meantime, you're texting your spouse, hey, what about little Johnny, little Susie, my little child? How are they doing today? This, that, and the other, I gotta figure this out. Then you come back from lunch, you ate about half your salad, that's about all you had, you throw it out, you come back, and then you go do it again for another 3 or 4 hours. Okay. And then when the bell rings about 3, you have duty again, right? You got bus duty, you got hall duty, you got whatever kind of duty it is. All right. So then you do that, you got a professional staff development meeting, then you come back at about 4:30, and you get back to your classroom, you know what you do? You start grading papers. All right, you start grading papers. And then you do that till about 6, you get back home, so you left at 6 or 6:30, you get home at 6 or 6:30, all right? And then you deal with your stuff at your house, your family, obligations, whatever you have, activities, you get kids to bed, all that stuff, about 9:30, you know what you do? Go back to the kitchen table, whatever you do. Okay, I'm telling you the truth, okay? And they'll tell you that. They won't tell you that because they're too proud, but that's what happens every single day. I watched it my entire life with my mom, my sister, and my wife, and it's wonderful. But you do it because you love it, and you're here today because these folks love you. Okay, and I want to get to that in a second. I'm gonna come back and challenge you for something. All right, so thank you. We'll come back to that. Students, here's what you do. Okay, you get up about 6 or 6:30 every day. You leave about 7 or 7:30, and you get to the school day. Okay, and then what you do at the school is you've got a full day, and you're already prepared. Right, because last night you did your homework, you did your studies, you did whatever you had to do. And you're ready for a full day. Well, you belong to 3 or 4 clubs, 3 or 4 organizations. You're a leader. People are coming to you for stuff every day, right? So you're giving of yourself to other people too, right? And you're making this teacher's life wonderful as well because you want the people she don't have to worry about. She don't have to worry about it, right? All right. So you do that, and then you go through your day. And then at the end of the school day, you probably got practice or a club or something to do after school. You got some activity to do. And then you go from there, and then you might have a job or something. You get home about 9 or 9:30, and you know what you do? You don't go to bed, you don't get on that computer, you don't get on that couch, okay? You do what you got to do to be prepared for tomorrow. That's why you're here today, okay? Because the reality is, why are you successful? Why are you here today? Why are you one of these fine folks that we honor today? You were willing to do things that other people won't do, okay? You were disciplined, you worked hard. You instead of going to this place, you did this, whatever. Okay, you did things that other people wouldn't do. That's why you're successful now. That's why you're going to be successful in college. or whatever avenue that you choose, because you're willing to do things that other people won't do, right? That's why you are where you are now. So thank you for that. Thank you for the lessons you give us there. The last thing, this one I want to challenge you all. In your life, all of us had a teacher that right now I can call you and say, "Oh, man, was the best teacher you ever had." Okay, mine was Hal Joe, my math teacher in 9th grade. Made me understand math for the first time in my life. Okay, all right. So you've got somebody like that you're thinking of. All right. What I want to challenge you to do is to give them a paycheck that's different than any other paycheck that they'll ever get. It's an emotional paycheck. Okay. So and if you call those people, it'll be worth more than anything they've ever had in their life. Okay. I'll give you an example. I called my middle school baseball coach about 6 months ago. I said, "Coach Wendell, how you doing, man?" He said, "Great." Well, I said, "Listen," I said, "I'm calling you." I said, "Everything's fine. You know, I'm not dying. I mean, I'm 55, right? All that. I said, "Everything's fine. I want you to know that." I said, "I'm calling you today to tell you that my life has been wonderful. I got a beautiful wife. I got wonderful children. I've been successful in my organization and my profession. None of that happens without you. You were the most influential person in my life when I needed the most at 13 to 14 years old. Nobody else in the world, outside of my parents, right? You were." He immediately burst into tears, would talk for another 10, 15 minutes. And he said, when he hung up, he said, "Well, you have no idea what this means to me. I want you to do that. I want you to do that to somebody that you know who influenced your life in education. Because I told you what they do every day. Okay. If you're married to a teacher or somebody in your family, you know what happens every day. Okay. These are the best of the best, and they're the most selfless people that there are. And the other thing is, I want you to call one of your current teachers and tell them you love them, tell them you appreciate them, because they don't get a lot of that, right? Every phone calls or, "Hey, little Johnny, little Susie didn't get the grade they want. What's the problem?" Right? You know, they don't come in, nobody comes to their office and goes, "Hey, let me tell you something. Man, you're doing an awesome job. I love you. I appreciate you. You're the best thing that ever happened to me." But they need to hear that because that's what they are. Okay. So I just want to thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, teachers, for what you do. Thank you, students, for the leadership you're showing. I'm excited. It's my favorite day of the year to hear all these good stories. I'll step aside. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, Wendell, for doing that. I appreciate it. And you did it within 5 to 7 minutes. He warned me. He's like, "You give me the floor to talk." But no, thank you so much for talking about it, because it really is, these teachers and these students, they go above and beyond for us, and they make us better for that. So thank you to all the wonderful teachers. But the next part is, like you said, the best part. We get to hear about the students now. So of course, the first up, we got Baldwin High School. There's a letter B, it's alphabetical order. Here we go. Got Mr. Jason Flanders to come and talk about his 2 students.
Every year I get to follow the keynote speaker. Thanks, Wendell. Thanks. I took a few notes. I didn't want to forget anything, and now I seem to have forgotten the notes. It's my privilege to talk to you today about 2 students. This is the second year in a row that Baldwin's had a tie, and we've had two students to come and to bring before you. And the first student that I want to talk to you about today is Elena Bella. So Elena, if you'll come stand up here for just a minute. Elaine's here today with her mom, and her mom Elaine is here with her at the front table. And I'll be honest with you, y'all may remember 2 years ago, we had another Abella here. Carlos Abella was our star student. And one of the hardest things to do is to live up to having an older sibling that achieved great things in school. Well, Carlos was our star student. Well, now Elaine is also our star student. Elaine's active in school. She's on the tennis team. She's in several of our clubs at the school, like DECA and Beta Club. She's also on the yearbook staff. And so that's where she spends a lot of her time. I will tell you, she did make a 1570 on the SAT. She's maximized her dual enrollment credit hours as well. And she's planning to go to Georgia Tech. And she wants to major in computer science. She's very hardworking. She's really, just to be around her is just a treat. She's so just she's focused and she works hard, but just to be around her, she's just a lot of just very, very humble about everything. I do want to tell you this story. I was talking to Ms. Thompson when we went to Exchange Club when she was Youth of the Month. And I asked Ms. Thompson, I said, "Give me a really good story about Elaine." And she said, "Well, we finished our working class last semester, and she was doing stuff. And I thought that, you know, most kids like to do something with the computer or do some work from another class. I looked over there and Elaine was teaching herself Korean. So she's already bilingual with Spanish and English. And I guess now she wants to be trilingual with Korean. So that just shows her dedication, her hard work, and her focus on always improving herself. So Elaine, we're super excited to have you here today and present you a star student, one of two from Baldwin High School today. And now I'm going to turn the floor over to you to introduce your excellent English teacher, Ms. Thompson.
I've had the privilege to be in Miss Thompson's class for 2 years now, and throughout that time, I've been able to see just how much she truly cares about her students. When I joined Miss Thompson's yearbook class in my junior year, I couldn't have imagined how much her class would help me grow. She has given me the opportunity to be independent while also providing me with the guidance I need to become a leader and productive student. Thanks to her, I have learned to trust myself and that I'm capable of more than I think. Miss Thompson is also one of the most supportive and understanding teachers I've ever had. Every time I go to her with a question or ask for advice, she never hesitates to help. She makes sure that everybody in her class feels valued and is confident in their ability to succeed, which is why I chose Miss Thompson as my star teacher.
So this is humbling, this is extremely humbling. I feel like Mr. Flanders stole a bit of my thunder. I was gonna talk about something, but, so I have two daughters. I have two very young daughters, and Elaine is exactly the type of young woman that I hope my two little girls grow up to be like. And I don't know of any greater compliment to give her than that. She's smart, she's talented, kind, meticulous, dependable, mature, responsible. Like she is amazing. I have never seen her not achieve anything that she has set her mind to. And she's a little powerhouse. She can do anything. She's an athlete. She's a scholar. She, is a leader. And yeah, you can do anything. Like, I know you can, and I want you to know that you can. And like I said, he took my anecdote, so I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, she's exactly who I want my kids to be. So.
Our second star student is John Yang, and John is here today with his mother, Amy. And so really excited to present John to you this morning. Just like Elaine, John is very industrious. He works hard and he's just got a kind spirit. We were talking yesterday about competitiveness, and he too plays tennis. So I guess there's a moral in this. If you want to be star student, you need to play tennis. So that must be part of it. But I was talking to him about, I know he's in the chess club, and I know he's on the tennis team. And we were talking about being competitive, and I was like, so John, you want to just crush people when you play them in tennis? Do you just want to just pound them and beat them into submission? He's like, no, I want to play tennis for fun. I said, what about when you're playing chess? It's just fun to do. I don't really, I don't really want to get that hostile with it. And that just goes to his spirit, just to do things, doing the right way, quietly, but yet confidently, and knowing who he is. I asked him what else he likes to do when he's not playing tennis, and he said, well, I love to work in our family restaurant, and I love to read the news. And that's not something you hear a lot of young people talk about, reading the news every day. And that's it just speaks to his maturity. Jan also had a 1570 on the SAT, and he's maxed out his dual enrollment at Georgia College and State University in Wilmington. But he won't be attending there. He and his sister have both been accepted to Emory. So Jan will be going to Emory. And I asked him what he wanted to major in, and he said he wants to be a neuroscience researcher at Emory. And I said, you're going to have to help me out with that one, because I don't know about that. So we talked about some different things, like Alzheimer's research and stuff like that. But he said the thing he's most intrigued by is the neuroscience of economics. why do people buy the things that they buy? And so I thought that was really intriguing. I don't know what the future holds for you, Jan, but I'm sure that just like Elaine, you're both going to be extremely successful. So I present to you Jan Yang, and he'll bring us started teacher.
So last night, while reading my essay, it felt off, but I wasn't doing Mr. Blum justice. It wasn't until 1 a.m. that I realized I was more focused on convincing a bunch of strangers how great a teacher Mr. Blum is, which is fairly easy because he gave me so much material. He wrote multiple recommendation letters for me. He gave me the confidence and skill to take on more advanced classes, such as Calculus 2. He also helped coach me in my forehand in tennis and came to multiple of my games. But I realized that's not the point here. I want to talk about the one single reason why I chose Mr. Blum to be my star teacher, which is the random times me and my sister just come to his room and have like just talk to him. Sometimes he will just give us encouragement, mentor us, teach us a life lesson, or tell us admittedly not that great jokes. But one particular conversation that stuck out to me was that time he talked about his youngest son, an English major, organizing a research trip to Africa. Like wow, guess one. I thought English majors don't do these type of things. I thought just stuck in the library or be teachers. It helped me realize that we are not limited by our qualifications, people's expectations of us, or the gibberish on a degree. And these interactions I have with Mr. Blum helped cement my desire to be a neuroscience professor / researcher. And because I just love education, for lack of better words, education is like an ugly sweater given to us by a grandparent. Some of us love it, wear it to parties, wear it to work, wear it to school. Others don't realize how much they appreciate it until later in life. But no matter where you fall in the range, one thing is clear. Mr. Blum, what he taught me in my Algebra 2 class in sophomore year will not be useful to me 20, 30 years from now. But the neural networks he helped foster in me, the character he helped build, will be there advising me, teaching me how I should approach students, how I can help them and make sure they reach their full potential. Just like how a grandparent's love and advice will always be there to help the recipient. And through that admittedly very ugly, very itchy, and a bit oversized sweater, but you know you'll grow into it.
Well, I was careful not to bring any notes, but I have a lot of heartfelt memories and thoughts. First of all, I'm going to say I'm both embarrassed and humbled and very honored to be selected. We try to do this, make this kind of a connection with students. We don't always succeed. We often only make those connections much later. I love working in the community that I live in and that I shop in because I get to see our students out of the context of the classroom. One of the things that I thought of was when we first met, it was during a kind of a difficult transition. We were online. And now I'm going to get emotional, but the point was that he kept coming back. Jan kept coming back with questions. He was engaged, and it gave me the confidence to continue to try new things. He always demanded a little more. And what I mean from that is not help, but he asked for more suggestions on how to get better, how to be able to achieve more. He pushed me to up my game. And so I guess in the end, it was very easy for me to write recommendations on this fine young man because that's who he was. He inspired me so genuinely and so completely. I think so many things have been said about his drive for knowledge, his thirst for searching out new things to learn about. And I think that's been another thing that's kind of challenged me a little bit. And so I just want to close by saying I'm confident, absolutely confident that you will be able to follow a path, and it may not be what you thought. But I know it'll be great. It'll be a great adventure. And I want to hear more about the ugly sweater that I am.
Thank you. Congratulations to Jan and Elaine again. Next up, we have Lieutenant Colonel Amy Lee from GMC Prep School. Good afternoon. I first want to thank the Chamber for hosting this because it's so important to honor all of these students. They've worked so hard, and we don't always get to have times where we can come together and celebrate their academic successes for the whole county. So I always love these type of events. Tucker is obviously, just like the students we've already heard about, and just like the student we're going to hear about, an amazing student. 4.0 GPA. He's in National Honor Society, Senior Beta, Mu Alpha Theta, Spanish Honor Society, Rho Kappa, every honors organization. He's very active in band. He does our military band, marching band, and concert band. He's also a member of our One Act team. They are state champs, so congrats to that. But above that, I want to talk a little bit about Tucker's character. He is one of the most genuine students I have ever had the pleasure of getting to know. Tucker joined us when he was in 8th grade, which is a tough transitional year. And he came in and he totally owned who he was. And everybody loved him for that. He is always positive. He's always eager to learn. He's my favorite student to see during Spirit Week. It's Spirit Week right now, so he probably really disliked putting on Class A for this lunch because he's always the one that is supporting GMC and showing his school pride. And I think that a really cool thing, we just announced last week that he's also our valedictorian. And so Tucker, come up so that we can communicate.
I'm assuming I go ahead. So the star teacher I chose was Mr. Ashan. She's been my teacher for 3 of the last 4 years for geometry, pre-calc, calculus, and statistics. And I chose her because she's the most important teacher I've ever had. Like over the course of my years with her, she has provided so much help with developing me as a learner, making me a better person. She's taught me how to learn as best I can. In one of my first few tests in her class in geometry, we did test over proofs, and I felt so good about it. When I got it back, I left off 2 words of congruence, 99.5, and I begged for her to round it up. I begged for her to round it up, and she wouldn't. She said, you earned the 99.5, and that taught me such a valuable lesson about like how to like get up from failure. It wasn't a failure, the 99, but it was disappointing to me. So it taught me how to get up from failures, just go on, keep moving, get to the next thing. And I've had 1,000 things like that in their class, simple mistakes, simple things, but they've all taught me how to be a better person, how to fix mistakes, move on, grow from them. She's been great with academics. Outside of that, she's been amazing as just a person to be around. She's always available whenever you need to. She's ready to talk, willing to hear whatever you have to say. She provides support if you're feeling bad. She makes you feel better if you're feeling good. She's a great person to be around. All in all, I couldn't be here today without her. Everything that I am most of what I am is because of the help that she has provided in raising me as a student. So thank you so much.
I got a little emotional. Good afternoon. At our school, we have several stellar teachers who bring expertise of their field into the classroom. They also bring their personal lives that enrich the classroom. And above all, they bring love and care for their students always. Tucker also has an amazing teacher at his house, his mom, who's very supportive of not just her kids, but also of a lot of our GMC kids. and a very strong and positive role model in his dad. So I'm very humbled that he chose me. I'm originally from Nepal, the country on the other side of the world, tiny little country between India and China. In our culture, a teacher is somebody who walks students down a path. There's darkness everywhere. This is just how it's portrayed. The teacher is the one who carries a lantern, and the lantern, the light, signifies knowledge. There comes a time in that path where the teacher's knowledge is limited, so they have to stop. This is where the student takes that lantern and moves forward, paving way for more students to follow. Tucker, you are that student for me. I know you are destined for great things. And when you turn around, we will be there, rooting for you, cheering you on. I can't wait to see how his future unfolds. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations, Tucker and Mr. Sean. Next up, we have John Milledge Academy, and we have their high school counselor, Monica Ling, to present their students.
So y'all forgive me, I have a cheat sheet. I'm not much of a speaker. I want to introduce John Milledge's star student, Emily Solte. Of course, like the other students, she is an honor student who excels academically. She is in National Honor Society. In fact, she is the vice president of our National Honor Society chapter. She's in Beta, where she's the president of our Beta chapter. She is involved in the Watson Brown Foundation and many, many other things. She's also an athlete, but most of all, she's a kind person. Emma Liz has a really great work ethic. She mentors to younger students. She currently is a part of our grad to grad program at John Milledge, and she works and spends extra time with that kindergarten student. But she has tutored students that needed help that were elementary students, and didn't ask anything for it. She just wanted to do it from the goodness of her heart. So I'm very, very excited to introduce Emily Sultan.
I have a lot of my success in high school to a lot of my teachers, but especially one sitting here today, Miss Brasher. The decision to select Miss Brasher as my star teacher was one of the easiest things that I've ever had to do, because a star teacher is simply what she is. From encouraging her AP Lang composition students to keep trying no matter how impossible the College Board multiple choice questions might seem, to pushing them outside of their comfort zone, making them recite a TED Talk in front of half of the high school, or making them sing to the class during their first week at a new school, something that I will forever hold a grudge for. Miss Brasher embodies every quality of a star teacher. On the day that my SAT scores were released, the first person I contacted after my parents was Miss Brasher. The text said, "I just received my scores. Thank you so much for all that you've taught me." For the rest of my life, I'll be thanking Miss Brasher for everything that she has helped me to achieve and for the person that she has helped me to become. Not only has she been an incredible teacher, but she's also been an amazing support system for me. When I went through a difficult time junior year, she offered a listening ear and much needed words of wisdom. She provided me with a space to work, to study, and to sometimes rant when life became too stressful. Ms. Brasher served as my college essay editor and also as my mentor for literary competition and other essay competitions. She's a person I enjoy spending time with on Sunday evenings as she leads a weekly Bible study for high school girls at John Milledge. I don't know many people who'd willingly open their home to students on their 1 or 2 days off each week, but she does it, and she does it joyfully. Ms. Brasher is a teacher who always goes above and beyond for her students, and you know that she cares because in addition to saying it, she shows it. She is truly most deserving of the title Star Teacher.
Well, this is just a great day, isn't it? To sit and, I mean, to be the last one, I was sitting there like, oh, I don't want to be last. Because I'm listening to all these students talk about their wonderful teachers and listening to their wonderful teachers talk about their wonderful students. And I'm like, and I'm last. So to piggyback off all the great comments, that these students are the ones that we're not worried about. And they're the ones that truly make the day in and day out, worth it. She's not the only student that makes it worth it, but she's one of them, right? And then the STAR students sitting here at these tables with their teachers are certainly some of the students that make doing what we do every single day absolutely worth the time and the energy. So to keep it short and sweet, since I am the last one, I wrote in one of her recommendation letters to college that Emily Solte is a student that you want on your campus. And I am really glad she's been on mine. And I'm gonna miss you. I'm proud of you.
Like I'm gonna just cry. Everybody's stories are just, they're just amazing. Just please join me one more time congratulating these remarkable students and their teachers who have made a lasting impact on these young lives. So they are all have been amazing. It goes without saying that the families of honorees are to be commended for their support, dedication, and commitment to these students as well. We know they share in this award with y'all as well. With that said, now I will ask Jennifer to come up to help me present our STAR students and teachers with their plaques. So when I call y'all's name, if y'all complete, it's just staying up here and we'll get pictures afterwards or about to finish up. So first we have Elaine Abella from Baldwin High and her teacher, Miss Jessica Thompson. Jan Yang, STAR student, and then Mr. Michael Blum from Baldwin High School. Tucker Ivy from GMC Prep School and Miss Alicia Rochon. And then Miss Emma Solte from John Milledge Academy and her teacher, Miss Rebecca Brasher. Before I announce the system winner, which I know we're waiting to hear, I just want again to say thank you to everybody for coming today to hear it. Thank you to Wendell for being our keynote speaker today. Thank you so much to the civic organizations, Milledgeville Exchange Club, Rotary Club in Milledgeville, as well as Kiwanis Club in Milledgeville. Like I said earlier today, if it was not for y'all, we would not be able to do this program. We would not be able to give these kids and these teachers scholarships, which they are well deserved. These kids and the teachers have gone above and beyond. So we are just so excited that we were able to do this program for each and every one of them. But now I will say who's the winner. For the system winner of the 2023 STAR students, we have Baldwin High School, Elena Bella and Yan Yang. Congratulations. All did an amazing job. Scores I've never even imagined myself. So y'all know everybody will go far in between. So congratulations to all of the STAR teachers and STAR students. If y'all can stay around to get some pictures. And also I'd like the presidents of each of these civic organizations to stay so we get pictures, as well as the school representatives. And we get pictures for everybody like that. But thank you again for coming today. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Evening.
I know.